How do you think I look? I'm in my wedding dress. Must be very emotional to see your daughter in a wedding dress after not seeing her for a decade. I'm not touched. I'm baffled. You send me a picture of yourself out of the blue without telling me anything. And you're the girl who abandoned her mother 10 years ago. I don't feel anything towards you in your dress. What's with the cold attitude? I went through the trouble of sending you these pictures. You're my biological mother, and that's all you can say to your daughter? You can't even say congratulations on your wedding. How can you not say something nice to me? Oh, I thought this was just a costume for an act. Rachel, are you really getting married? Of course I'm getting married. And this dress? It's a fitting for my wedding. We're getting married the month after next, so I'm selecting dresses carefully. Even a girl who abandons her mother can get married. What a pain in the ass to hear your feedback. That's why your daughter and husband ditched you. Maria responded to my photo, immediately praising me. She said, "That's my girl. You're the most beautiful girl in the world." She responded more like my mother than you. You two get along better than I ever imagined. You must be jealous. She's even closer to me than you are to your own biological daughter. Dad is still the head of an elite department and allows me to live in the lap of luxury every day. And Maria, as a model, she's always beautiful, and I'm proud to call her my mother. We're a very winning family, and we're all very close. It's not like when we had you, the little fatty. What's with the winning family? A husband who cheats on his wife with his sister and a daughter who is attached to both of them? You're mistaking them for a disgusting family who laughed at me and kicked me out of the house. No matter what you say, it sounds like the howl of a loser. If you're so frustrated, try to live a happier life than us. I bet you wouldn't be able to do so even if you wanted to. I beg your pardon? Well, that will be all for now from your lovely daughter. I went through the trouble of telling you, so you should at least send me a wedding gift. Even though I've abandoned you, you're still my biological mother. I do expect a certain amount from you. Hey, Kylo, you still haven't told Rachel about her real mother. She still treats me like her birth mother.
What?
Rachel just called me to tell me she's getting married. She told me to congratulate her since I'm her biological parent. And she asked me for a wedding gift. What the hell does this mean? You promised you'd tell her everything after we broke up.
Yeah, well, there's a lot going on over here too. I was just trying to figure out the timing, and time just flew by.
Don't make excuses. Just tell her the truth. That Rachel and I are not blood related. And that she's the child between you and your unfaithful lover. I've been so forgiving, and I raised her as if she were my own. Now her marriage is on the table. If you keep this from her any longer, you will regret it later.
I know. I've been meaning to tell her sooner.
Just to make sure. You've already told my sister Maria, right? You said you'd tell them both.
I haven't been able to tell her yet, too, for a couple of reasons.
I can't believe you haven't said any of this yet. I don't want anything to do with you guys anymore. For my sake, you'd better tell the two of them everything as soon as possible. I know you received Rachel's wedding invitation. I haven't heard back from you at all. Of course, you're going to attend, right? No, I'm not going to attend her wedding. What? Why should a complete stranger attend? I have nothing to do with their wedding. What a terrible thing to say to your daughter. A complete stranger? You're Rachel's biological mother. What? You heard directly from Rachel about the wedding, didn't you? So I decided to be tactful and invite you too. Well, aren't you happy to be a part of your daughter's wedding? Wait a minute. You haven't heard anything from Kylo yet? Did you reply to Kylo that you won't be attending the wedding? But I won't allow you to be absent. I'm making sure you'll be there, sis. Otherwise, we won't have enough money. Actually, the wedding budget has gone way over. That's why I really need you, her own mother, to help us out. I'd appreciate it if you could wrap up roughly $1 million as a wedding gift. Huh? $1 million for the wedding gift? The groom's parents are paying for the entire wedding, so all we have to do is pay for Rachel's dress. But it's quite expensive. Rachel wants to wear 3 dresses in total. All of them are popular brand name dresses, and the total cost for the dresses alone is $3 million. Then you'll have to cut down the number of dresses or lower the price. That's no good. It's Rachel's wedding day. As her parents, we should make the effort to let her wear what she wants. So please help me out for the sake of your cute daughter, sis. Huh? Rachel has almost no savings, so we have to pay for it. But $3 million is too much for the 2 of us. So let's agree that you'll pay $1 million for her. We'll pay the remaining $2 million. Are you kidding me? I won't pay a penny. Why are you being so mean? I'm offering to let you attend your own daughter's wedding. $1 million is a small price to pay for that. Normally, you wouldn't even be invited. I don't even want to be invited. Who would celebrate such a girl's wedding? You're always saying such unkind things. It's the wedding of the daughter you gave birth to after suffering through a painful pregnancy. What mother wouldn't want to see their child's beautiful wedding? Even if she abandoned you and gets along well with her stepmom. Don't be silly. I've told you many times. For the last time, I don't have any feelings for her anymore. I don't care about the wedding. I don't even want to give her a wedding gift. I know you'll still come to the ceremony, won't you? Because it's your precious daughter's wedding. I'll be waiting for you at the wedding. I'll sit in the bride's mother's seat, but I'll save a special seat for you. If you're her biological mother, bring $1 million for the wedding. I'll be sure to let her know. What? I'll forward this invitation to her real birth mother, and I'll tell them about the wedding gift. I hope that's enough. Real parents? What are you talking about? You're Rachel's real parents. She's yours and Kylo's daughter. No, I just raised her as my own. I'll go call your former model buddy and best friend Scarlett, telling her she can attend her own daughter's wedding. Wait a minute. Why is my best friend's name popping up in this conversation? Because she's Rachel's birth mother. I'm sure she'll be happy to hear this. It's the wedding of the child she gave birth to. What mother wouldn't want to be there? No, wait a minute. What the hell is going on? I have no idea what you're talking about. I know, it's confusing coming out of nowhere. That's why I told Kylo to open up to you as soon as possible. I wonder if he was planning to keep it a secret. Please explain to me again what's going on. So, You're sure Rachel's mother isn't you? No, it wasn't me. I think it was about 2 years after we got married. Kylo brought a newborn baby into the house out of the blue. He asked me if I would take the baby in and raise her with him. I was surprised at the suddenness of it and sad that he cheated on me. But the baby was innocent and cute. I can still remember how messed up I felt. Eventually, I decided to be generous and forgive him for the sake of the baby. I promised myself that I would make a bright family with the baby. You're kidding, right? I can't believe you raised a stranger's kid in your 2nd year as a newlywed. I've raised her for years with determination and love. But Kylo cheated on me again. And this time, it's my own sister. And Rachel left me to go with you guys. The day we divorced, I wasn't angry at all. I just felt empty. Wait a minute. When did you find out Rachel was my best friend's child? According to what you just told me, you never met the person he was cheating with. I never met her. Kylo was stubborn about it. Besides, Kylo said she ran away right after the baby was born. She ran away? That's why I didn't know about her real mother until recently. The other day, Rachel sent me a picture of her in a dress. Somehow, I recognized her grown-up face. What? Kylo is very stubborn about not telling you guys about her birth mother, isn't he? So, I thought there must be something to this, and I looked into it. That's when I finally figured it out. Rachel's mother is your best friend. No way! Is it true? Is it really and truly my best friend, Scarlett? I went directly to her and questioned her, and I got her to confess. Scarlett was so surprised. I mean, she'd messed around with a married man and had a baby with him, but she didn't think it was her best friend's sister's husband. It's like she'd already pushed it to the back of her mind and was done with it. I can't believe this. No way. I can't believe she's not my sister's biological daughter. That means she's not even related to me. On the contrary, my best friend is her real mother. They say birds of a feather flock together, and that's exactly what this is. Both of you stole my husband away from me. You're perfect for each other. Best friends indeed. Stop messing around with me. Do you have any idea how panicked I am right now? Then take your time to figure it out. I'm going to call Scarlett. I hope she brings $1 million for Rachel's wedding.
Why did you tell her without permission? Do you know how much trouble we're in now because of you? Maria is so mad that she's breaking things around the house. Rachel, our daughter, one minute she looks stunned, and the next minute she's screaming. It's chaos in the house.
That's what you get for waiting so long. You should have told them sooner.
You're saying it's my fault?
You're the only one to blame. Well, the reaction was more than I expected. It's shocking, I suppose, but I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal. Maria and Rachel were so close. Maria can't seem to contain her feelings for her best friend. Rachel is having a hard time with the fact that she's not related at all to Maria. Rachel herself said they were like a real mother and daughter. I wonder if that's why she was so shocked.
Seriously? How could you do this to us? I'm trying to calm them both down, but I'm not helping. No matter how much I try to comfort them, they just get more and more pissed off. They've been telling me not to touch them, not to talk to them, and not to look them in the eye.
I guess they don't like you anymore.
Help me, Megan. You've got to help me out here.
I don't give a shit. This is what you get for playing around with so many women. You fucking bastard. You're on your own. Don't ever drag me into this again. Sis, if this continues, we may have to go into debt. We're in trouble. What? Debt? I don't understand, but you're having one problem after another. It's all because of Kylo. After the incident, Rachel was so shocked that she never comes out of her room anymore. She said she was in no condition to get married, so the engagement was called off. Oh my. She's starting to regret abandoning you, who took care of her even though she wasn't your true daughter. It's too much of a shock for her, and she can't seem to sort out her feelings. I see. Well, I feel sorry for her partner too. He didn't do anything wrong, and suddenly their engagement is broken off. We're the ones who you need to feel sorry for. Actually, Rachel's fiancé is related to Kylo. He's the son of a business partner of Kylo's company. What? And now that the engagement has suddenly been called off, they're pretty angry and it's not good. They're very upset that we broke off the engagement so selfishly. Oh my god, there are so many problems. They're asking for a good amount of alimony. And they want their wedding expenses back in full. They want a refund of what they already paid for the wedding. Well, why don't you just give it back? If you cancel, you get the wedding fee back, right? Only 20%. What? I checked with the wedding hall, and they said it's too last minute and they can't give us a full refund. As per the contract, the cancellation fee is 80% of the wedding fee. We'll only get 20% back. Out of 8 million, we'll only get 1.6 million back. We have to prepare the rest of the money and pay them back. Oh, that's a pretty big amount of money. So please help us. Please lend us some money. Why do I have to do that? I have nothing to do with this. You should ask her, Scarlett, her own mother. That Scarlett has already run away from us. She said she didn't want anything to do with the child she abandoned, and I lost contact with her. She ditched me after so many years of being my best friend. And now you lost your best friend too. I feel sorry for you too. If you're going to feel sorry for me, why don't you lend me some money? If you don't, it might affect Kylo's business. I'm still confused too, you know. I'm trying so hard to get through it. You could at least help me out a little. Absolutely not. I sympathize with you in many ways, but to me, you're a cheating bitch. You stole my husband and my daughter. You're the worst kind of person. Why would I help someone like that? I'm not Kylo's wife. I'm not Rachel's mother. I'm a stranger to them, not even related to them by blood or family register. Don't drag me into your mess. Sis, don't be so cold. I, Kylo, and Rachel will all apologize to you. Oh, yeah. Can I ask you to leave a message for Rachel? To Rachel? Please tell the shut-in Rachel. I know it's hard, but you're not alone. Tell her to hang in there with the united strength of a tight-knit winning family. Well then, take care. Give my regards to Kylo, the cause of all this. Rachel's marriage was officially called off. Since the engagement has been terminated, Kylo and his family had to pay more than $1 billion for the wedding and alimony. All their savings disappeared. They also gave up their car and managed to borrow money to cover the shortfall. Maria became suspicious that Kylo might cheat on her too. She has a scary look on her face every day. which is hard to believe for a former model. And Rachel quit her job and became a complete shut-in and a bum. Kylo is not taken seriously by either of them and is treated like air. He is living in hell. Had enough of this. I have a bunch of nerds over at my house yelling at me. I bet you did it again. I don't know who that is. He keeps calling your name. And he's banging on my front door, freaking me out. I don't want you dragging me into your stupid arguments anymore. Let's see. It was Mr. Monday and Mr. Wednesday who I gave the address to, I think. I have so many boyfriends, I don't remember who I gave the address to. Huh? Can you see him on the intercom? Is it a guy with blonde hair who's yelling at you, or dark hair? No, green. Oh shit! I dumped him because I was afraid he'd find out I was 7-timing him. Maybe he found out. You should just send him away. Don't play games with me all the time. You keep bringing me into this, even though I have nothing to do with this. Why did you give your boyfriends my address? That's the only way they'll never find out I'm cheating on them. Some guys like me so much, they come to my house without an appointment. If he sees me with another boyfriend, it'll be an absolute disaster. That's why I give them your address as a precaution. I don't even know where to begin. You're gonna get stabbed if you don't stop being such an asshole. You have to be honest with the people who like you. You can't be in a relationship with more than one person at a time like this. Don't get so mad at me. Just because you're jealous of your pretty irresistible sister. Jealousy from an ugly girl is even uglier. Huh? I don't want to do this either. But everyone wants to go out with me, so I can't help it. I don't know if you can understand. You've never had a boyfriend. An ugly girl can't understand the problems of a popular girl. I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. I was born a beautiful woman who looks nothing like you. It makes you feel even more miserable that you're single and ugly. You really have to cut the shit, you know that? Not only did you bother me, you made fun of me. I'm not making fun of you. I'm sympathizing with you and worrying about you. I feel sorry for you that you're going to end your life without a boyfriend. Oh, I just thought of a good idea. I'll give one of my boyfriends to you. Huh? I'm having quite a few right now, so I'm giving one of them to you, sis. Your 30th birthday is coming up, so it's a birthday present. I know just the right guy for you, sis. I don't want that. You're being rude to me and your boyfriend. Oh, come on. Don't say that. This is a great opportunity for you to enjoy the benefits of your beautiful sister. I'll send him your contact information. I'll give him to you if it works out.
I'm sorry for suddenly approaching you. Katie asked me to get in touch with you. She said you'd be a better match for me than her.
I'm sorry. My sister has been very rude. She's always been free-spirited and dishonest. As her sister, I apologize on her behalf. I'm so sorry.
No. Why would you apologize for your sister?
Please, do not pay attention to my sister's nonsense. You can block me too. I'll tell my sister to take you seriously.
Wait a minute. I won't block you. It would be a waste to throw away a chance to meet someone like you.
What?
What a coincidence! It's me! Remember our part-time job in college? We worked together at a summer festival.
What? You're that you? Really?
I was so surprised to see you again. I've always wanted to see you again, Mia. Because There's no one else who shares my taste in music as much as you do, Mia. That's why I wanted to exchange our numbers on the last day of our part-time job. But my phone got flooded, you remember?
As I recall, it got submerged in water due to your excessive amount of sweat during our part-time job. We all laughed about how that could happen, didn't we?
Yeah. That's why I couldn't exchange numbers with you, Mia. I've been regretting it for some time now. I never thought we'd meet like this, though.
I'm surprised too. I can't believe such a coincidence.
If you'd like, let's go out for dinner sometime. Let's talk about music again.
Oh, are you sure? I'm Katie's sister. A dinner with just the two of us, right?
It's totally fine. Don't worry about Katie. Let's go out for dinner sometime. Let me know when you're free soon. I'll make a reservation right away.
Sis, how did it go with the dorky boyfriend I mentioned? Did it turn out to be something good? He's still your sister's boyfriend, no matter how dorky he is. There's no way my diligent sister would interact with him, right? But I have good news for you. I've decided to break up with him. I'll give him to you for real. You're breaking up with him? I don't need that guy anymore. I mean, I don't need any of the guys I'm dating right now. I'm gonna be serious and only go out with one person from now on. What's wrong, Katie? That flirtatious Katie is speaking common sense. I've met someone so wonderful that I'm willing to throw them all away. A prince on a white horse. He's handsome, rich, a scion, who's just the perfect guy. I'm going to marry him for sure. So, I'm going to get serious about a relationship. Serious relationship. That Katie who's never been satisfied? So, I'm making the rounds to say goodbye to each and every one of them. But I'm seriously thinking of giving that dorky guy to you. Don't worry about your sister. Just go out with him. No one will want you anyway. What? You're about to turn 30. Compromise with a guy of this level. A plain, ugly girl like you is best suited with a plain, boring guy like him. He's a colleague of mine at the same company. He's just a dull businessman who does his job without much thought. He's the perfect match for you. Hey, Katie, how can you talk like that about someone you've been in a relationship with? I'm used to being made fun of, but that's not the kind of thing you say to a boyfriend. Ah, you've never had a boyfriend. I mean, you. I just went out with him to kill time. And I never liked him to begin with. You didn't? He's probably a virgin. I thought he was cute and naive, and he didn't seem to have any romantic experience. So, I went out with him. He got all red in the face and asked me to go out with him. He's not my type at all, but I am a kind-hearted person, so I agreed to go out with him. It's terrible to go out with someone you don't really love. How about you consider his feelings? I don't care how he feels. He's already broken up with me. If you feel sorry for him, why don't you comfort him? You could be that plain guy's girlfriend. Maybe he'll be happy to go out with you. Then you'll get your long-awaited boyfriend. I feel sorry for my single ugly sister, so I'll give you my ex-boyfriend. But you don't want your sister's hand-me-downs, do you? Are you sure? Thank you. It's a little awkward to date my sister's ex-boyfriend, but it's a good chance for me to get to know him. I'll gladly take it. Are you serious? You're really going to take your sister's hand-me-downs? You ugly near 30-year-olds are boundless. He's such a plain, dull businessman. And scrawny too. Hugh is a wonderful guy. You're leaving him, aren't you? You're not his girlfriend. Then don't say anything to make fun of him. He's a really cool guy to me. By cool, you must mean someone like my boyfriend. He's handsome, rich, and perfect in every way. Hugh is also very cool in profile as he pursues his dreams. Besides, he's a musician while balancing work and life. He's earning millions of dollars a month in royalties. It's really amazing, isn't it? What? Millions of dollars a month in royalty income? Wait a minute. What are you talking about? I've never heard of that. What? Although you were dating, you didn't hear about it? Hugh told me right away. Amazing, isn't it? He's always loved music, but he made a career out of it. I have the utmost respect for him. Wait a minute. You mean you've known him for a long time? Actually, I'm a bit of a friend of Hugh's. You gave him my number, and that's how we met again. We went out for dinner and laughed about how coincidental this was. We have kept in touch since then, but I kept my feelings on hold because he was my sister's boyfriend. But if you're breaking up with him, I don't care anymore. I'm going to confess my feelings to him. Thank you for breaking up with him at this timing. I hope you'll be happy with your dream boyfriend, Katie. I'll try my best too. I'd like you to go out with me. I'm sorry for coming out of nowhere, but I can't stop feeling the way I do. If it's okay with you, I'd like you to be my boyfriend.
Thank you very much. I'll do my best to make you happy.
What?
I was going to tell you first. I'm so glad you confessed your feelings to me, Mia. I want you to go out with me too. I've loved you since we worked at the part-time job.
Are you sure about this? I confessed my feelings to you, but I was prepared to get my heart broken. Besides, I'm not as pretty as my sister Katie.
What are you talking about? You're very beautiful too, Mia. I mean, you're even more beautiful to me than your sister.
I'm flattered, but that's actually pretty disrespectful. After all, she was your girlfriend at one point.
What? Who was my girlfriend?
What? Who? You, Hugh, and my sister, Katie. That's why I'm really surprised. Katie and you just broke up. I didn't expect you to go out with me.
Wait a minute. Who told you that she and I were dating? We haven't been dating.
What? You weren't dating?
Of course. Why would I go out with a slut like her? I'm sorry, she's your sister after all. But she's quite well known within the company for her playfulness. And I hate women like her.
But Katie, my sister, told me that the two of you were dating. She said she's breaking up with you and that she'll give you to me. Didn't you ask Katie to go out with you, Hugh? She said you turned red and asked her to go out with you. That's what I heard.
I don't remember asking her out. I try not to get involved with her, even within the company. Wait a minute. Come to think of it, I did have no choice but to talk to her quite a while ago. One of my colleagues was quitting and I had to prepare a gift for her farewell party. I asked her to go shopping with me.
Oh, really?
I was assigned to go shopping. The person who quit was a girl, and she was good friends with Katie. I have no sense of style, so I asked her out of shame. That's when I asked her to go out with me. Of course, I only meant shopping.
No way. Are you saying my sister misunderstood that?
Looking back, I can see where she might have been mistaken. From that day on, she started contacting me personally.
Oh, that's what happened. Well, that's a surprise, I guess. I always assumed you guys were together. So, I don't have to be aware of the whole my sister's ex-boyfriend issue then.
No, we're just co-workers. But I'm quitting my day job to pursue music exclusively. So, we won't be colleagues anymore. We won't have anything to do with each other, so don't worry. Well then, I'll be looking forward to continuing this relationship with you.
Same here. And thank you for being honest with me.
I'll never do anything to make you feel uneasy, or anything to make you cry.
He's the worst. What is wrong with that guy? I thought I was ready for a serious relationship with him. Who does he think he is to dump me? Oh, you got dumped, Katie? I've never been so humiliated in my life. I had just broken up with everyone else just for him. Right after I broke it off with all of them, he called me up and he said it's your turn to get dumped for no reason. What? That Cyan. He was friends with the guy I dumped. He came over to your house, didn't he? The green-haired one? The Cyan was his friend, and he came to avenge me. He said he'd do the same to me, just like I did to his friend who got hurt. So he went out with you just to shake you up? He knew you were a player, that you had a man for every day of the week. Seriously? It's unbelievable. I had a doctor, a lawyer, and some other good quality boyfriends. I didn't like the idea of dumping them, but I did my best to break up with them. And then he dumps me right after breaking up with all of them. I can't even get in touch with the Cyan anymore. It's just so frustrating because it's exactly how I did it. He must have been a really good friend. You've got to be kidding me. Why are you feeling sorry for him? Your little sister's in a bad spot. You should be consoling her right now. But you got what you deserved. Don't be cocky just because you got the boyfriend of your dreams. He's just a hand-me-down from your sister. I'll have Hugh back right now. You're back to being an ugly single girl again. I beg your pardon? Hugh was my boyfriend. In other words, he was mine. What's wrong with getting it back? I wasn't expecting royalty income, but if that's the case, I'll promote him to my boyfriend.
I'm sorry, Katie. Actually, from my point of view, we haven't been in a relationship even for a day. I'm Hugh, one of your coworkers. Mia and I are on a date right now.
Why are you dating a plain, rather ugly girl? I mean, what exactly did you mean by that? That we weren't dating?
Yeah, you got it all wrong. I was just asking you to go shopping with me. It's not like I confessed my feelings for you, saying I like you. On the contrary, I hate sluts like you. Did you really think that asking you to go shopping for a present meant to be a confession of love? Don't expect everyone to like you.
What? What's the matter with you? You're just a plain-looking guy. Actually, you're a scrawny, dull businessman. Don't act like you're all successful just because you have a music career. I know you prefer pretty girls to ugly girls. All men are like that.
Huh? Don't worry, I won't regret it. Well, we'll leave you to it. Good luck in finding a good man.
Our relationship progressed smoothly. We're getting married soon. Katie didn't congratulate us at all. I'm going to marry a richer man and make all of you look back at me. She spat at us, and we never heard from her again. My parents told me that she is trying her best to get married by attending marriage activity parties for high-income men only. But real rich people are not interested in my sister, who only has good looks. Katie is so upset that she is trying to get introductions from all her friends and contacts, but they do not introduce anyone to her, saying, if I introduce her, my reputation will go down. They all know that Katie used to be a player.
Hey sis, are you done with your little moving project yet? Mom and Dad are here with me. We're wrapping things up to head home soon. I sure hope you've managed to get your sorry self out of there by the time we get back. Don't keep us waiting.
I'm almost done packing my last bag, so I'll be on my way soon.
Oh, you're still here? Seriously? Get a move on already. We purposely went on a trip, hoping you'd be gone when we returned. It's been 3 whole days, for crying out loud. What's taken you so long? Don't tell me you're waiting around for a souvenir before you finally leave.
No, I wasn't. You know what? I've reached the point where I don't even consider myself part of this family anymore. It's become crystal clear how you truly felt about me when you conveniently planned a trip just as I was about to leave.
Can you really blame us? We were just thinking ahead, and unlike you, we know exactly the type of person you are. If we were around while you were moving out, you'd probably try to make us help, right? Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but I'd rather not. Oh, and let's not forget that you're a criminal, and we certainly don't accept criminals as part of our family.
Caroline, are you seriously still going on about that? I already explained everything to you the other day. All I did was lend a hand to someone in a restaurant. Anyone in my shoes would have done the same thing. I don't understand why you guys refuse to believe me.
You're still clinging onto that excuse, huh? Like anyone in their right mind would believe such a ridiculous story. It's quite a coincidence, isn't it? Returning the missing purse to the old man, only for $10,000 to mysteriously vanish into thin air. Your story is about as convincing as a fish riding a bicycle. If you're gonna lie, at least put some effort into coming up with a better one.
I'm telling you, it's the truth. I had nothing to do with stealing that money. I would never rob an old man, or anyone for that matter. I was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. The old man is extremely suspicious of everyone because of what happened to him. It's natural to point fingers at a stranger who was trying to help. But the frustrating part is that nobody believes me. Nobody stands up for me. Can you imagine how hurt and alone I've been feeling? We're family, and I need your support.
The reason everyone, including the old man, suspects you is because you're the criminal here. No one in the right mind would want to defend a criminal. It's crystal clear that nobody believes a word you say anymore, so why don't you do us all a favor and just own up to the truth? If you apologize, we might forgive you.
How many times do I have to say it? I didn't do it. Why don't you guys believe me? This is ridiculous.
Who would even believe a person like you? Back in middle school, you were nothing but a troublemaking delinquent, wreaking havoc and earning yourself a lovely reputation with your teachers. And let's not forget your stellar achievement of getting rejected from one college and not having the guts to give it another shot. Your whole story is just a sad tale of letting people down and being an absolute failure.
That has absolutely nothing to do with what we're discussing here. Instead of supporting a family member in a tough spot, you decide to kick them to the curb? That's not how you treat your own flesh and blood. We've known each other since day one, and yet you choose to turn your back on me like this? It's just not right.
Sis, it's high time you quit pointing fingers at others and actually take a good hard look at your own faults. You're just playing the victim card, whining about how your oh so cruel family won't come to your defense. But you have never stopped to think that maybe you're so incredibly untrustworthy that even your own family can be bothered to stand up for you.
I've had my fill. I get it loud and clear. It seems everyone is dead set on believing that I'm some kind of criminal. Well, congratulations. You win. I'm leaving today, and I want absolutely nothing to do with you people from this moment onward. Are you all happy now? You got exactly what you wanted.
Wow, are you serious? We were actually thinking the exact same thing. If you had just confessed and sincerely apologized, we might have considered letting you come back home. But hey, it's never too late to admit that you're nothing more than a pathetic liar.
People who treat their own family like criminals aren't family to me either. Especially when there's zero evidence to back up their claims. After today, I'm washing my hands of this so-called family. And you can go ahead and pass the message along to Mom and Dad too. They've hurt me the most in all of this mess.
Oh, really? Now? That's okay. I'll pass the message along. That works out for us, seeing as having criminal in the family isn't a good look. We just know the neighbors would sit there judging. They would definitely stare at us like vermin every time we leave the house.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did, considering our lovely neighbors. But you know what? I'm distancing myself from this awful excuse for a family. And it's honestly such a relief. I have no interest in being associated with people who care so much about what the outside world thinks of them. Good riddance, I say.
It's actually us who don't want to be associated with you. There's not a single redeeming quality about you. Here I am, still in university, while you're a supposed grown adult. Don't you think it's about time you started acting like one instead of wasting your life away playing video games? It's beyond embarrassing to have you as a sister. I was hoping for someone with a strong work ethic, someone who actually strives for success, not a lazy game-addicted disappointment like you.
Whatever job I choose to pursue has absolutely nothing to do with you. I won't be the one to judge what kind of work you want to do either.
Yeah, but it's downright irritating to have a sister who couldn't even get into college. Can't even manage to find a job and just sits in her room, wasting her entire life away. Every time I pick into your room, what do we see? You, glued to that screen, playing games, and I mean always. I've never witnessed you doing anything else productive in your miserable life.
Give me a break already. What's the big deal if I enjoy playing games? I work hard to cover my own expenses. And how I spend my free time is entirely up to me. So why don't you mind your own business?
No, you don't understand. Your actions affect me too. Whenever the elderly neighbors come up and talk to me, they ask about you. They ask me things like why they haven't seen you and if you're enjoying your work.
Yeah, they definitely sound like a bunch of gossip-loving folks. You don't have to be their best buddy or anything, you know? If their constant questioning is getting on your nerves, just don't engage with them. And you know why they ask you those things, right? It's because you're always spewing negativity about me to anyone who will listen. If all you do is go around this street bad-mouthing me and calling me a worthless nobody, obviously I'm going to become the star of their little chit-chat sessions.
Well, it's true. You really are a good for nothing. I know it's hard to think of anyone apart from yourself, but think of how it affects mom and dad having a failed daughter leech off the household for so long. They're worried about how long this will last for.
I've literally told them 1,000,000 times that I'm grinding away at work. But no matter how many times I say it, it's like they're allergic to the truth or something. Look, if you're getting all bent out of shape from people bugging you about me, maybe you should cut it out with the gossip mill.
Instead of whining and making excuses, how about you actually get off your lazy butt and do something worthwhile with your pathetic life? Stop projecting your pathetic flaws onto others. It's your favorite hobby, isn't it? Blaming everyone else for your own incompetence. Here's a thought. Maybe you should book yourself a nice little therapy session before you end up driving everyone around you to despise you.
It doesn't matter what I say. I'm not getting anywhere with this. What I do has nothing to do with you. I'm not doing you any harm, so back off.
You're causing so much damage, it's unbelievable. Your reclusive behavior is affecting the entire family, and it's incredibly thoughtless towards both mom and dad. Do you have some sick desire for everyone to despise you? Pull yourself together, start behaving like a decent human being, and maybe, just maybe, people might actually start liking you a bit more. But hey, who am I kidding? It's probably too much to ask from someone like you.
I'm not on this planet solely to win everyone's approval and make them all like me. It's your own problem if you're all worked up because I couldn't care less about what others think of me. I'm paying my own bills, aren't I? But no, you still have the audacity to say I don't have a job. How do you think I'm paying those bills if I didn't have a freaking job? Use your brain for once.
Don't act like it's some extraordinary feat to pay your own bills when you're supposed to as an adult. And guess what? I'll have you know that I'll be wrapping up college soon and actively seeking a new job. Like you, I'll be landing a sweet gig in a big corporation with a fat paycheck. Meanwhile, you'll just sit there in your room stewing in bitterness and jealousy over my success.
Cool. Do whatever you want. Why should I care? It's not like I couldn't have gotten a job like that if I wanted to.
Yup. Keep spinning your little tails. It's all you're good at. Pathetic shut-in like you wouldn't know the first thing about landing a decent job. Don't even try to act like you had any choices in life because we all know you're stuck at home, going nowhere. It's been quite a while since you're still mooching off everyone. I sure hope you haven't resorted to stealing things while we're away, but then again, I wouldn't put it past you.
I'd hate to have any of your stuff around me. I don't need unpleasant reminders. I'm checking I haven't forgotten anything. I don't want to have to come back here a second time.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Feel free to comb through every nook and cranny, Sherlock. After all, we wouldn't want to be the criminal mastermind to come crawling back, would we? We've put so much effort into getting her out. It would be a shame to let her ruin our hard work.
I don't want to see your faces either. I'm checking everywhere possible. I won't tell you my new address either. Don't try and find me.
Trust me, nobody in their right mind would ever want to follow in your footsteps. We're the ones booting you out. So, why on earth would we waste our valuable time chasing after you? Let's be real here. You're much more likely to come crawling back to us, whimpering like the pathetic soul you are.
Good! Stay away from me. I know if something bad was to happen, you would all try and use me. Even if you found out where I lived, there's no way you could get inside the house anyway. You can sit at the door screaming for all I care.
How many times do I have to say it? Absolutely no one gives a damn about where you slither off to once you're gone. The moment you turn into a criminal, we were done with you. Mom and Dad have completely shifted their focus to me now, and they don't have to waste even an ounce of their attention on a loser like you. So, do us all a favor and disappear already.
It's not like that's anything new. You've been their favorite since you were born. It's been like that for so long that I stopped caring. But I was hoping that this could be the one time my family has my back. Even though I knew the type of people you were, I thought, just this once.
It's your final chance to throw a tantrum, so go ahead and unleash your venomous attacks. Mom and Dad have never ever held any illusions about you being a decent human being. Anyway, you're well aware that you have to hit the road, so get a move on. Chop chop! We'll be back in just one measly hour, and the last thing we want is to see you in our sanctuary.
Give me 15 minutes and I'll be out of here. Anyway, it's not that big a deal if I have to leave. The house just isn't the same after we remodeled it last year. I'm not that super attached to it.
Where are you going to next? With your empty pockets, I'm guessing some run-down, dilapidated apartment that even a beggar would turn their nose up at. Good luck with your grand adventure to finally attempting to stand on your own 2 feet. It's about time. But, mark my words, don't you dare come crawling back, sobbing about how much you regret the choices you made. Hey sis, been a while. How have you been? We've all been doing great. We're going to have dinner tonight. You don't want to take along? It'll be our treat.
What are you doing? I thought you were happy when I said I want nothing to do with you. Why are you here messaging me out of the blue? I'm not going to your stupid dinner. Why would I have a change of heart now?
Hey, don't be so negative. We're still family. A dinner is a great way to catch up. Mom and Dad are excited to see you. Just this once, come out with us.
Did you just call me family? I thought criminals weren't considered family.
Yeah, look, sorry about that. I know we doubted you after listening to that old man's testimony. But you went out of your own way to find the real criminal afterwards, right? My big sis is more competent than I thought.
What else could I do? You don't know how it feels when everyone is looking down on you for something you didn't do. I wanted to clear my name, even if I had to do it myself. Even if you know I'm innocent, I'll never go back to a family that drove me out like that. Just continue staying out of my life, thank you.
Don't be so mean. We're really sorry about everything. You really can't come out tonight? It's been so long since we talked.
I can't come tonight, tomorrow, or the day after. I'll be unavailable for quite a long time, so don't bother inviting me. I don't even have a minute to waste on you guys. Don't ever contact me again.
Hold up. Don't go so quickly. All right, I'll stop annoying you about dinner. But let me tell you why I contacted you. We kind of need your help. How much do you earn? Is it a lot?
I knew something like this would happen. My wage has nothing to do with you. Sorry, but I don't plan on telling you. Go ask someone else for the money.
You earn a ton, right? I heard it from some friends. You should have told me. How could I have known this was my sis all along? This whole time I thought you were just sitting at home playing games. I didn't know you were actually a famous streamer. That's amazing.
And what of it? After all the time you made fun of what I do, now you have some respect for me? You're a joke.
So it is you. Having a super famous streamer for a big sister is something to be proud of. I got a lot of friends that are huge fans. You should totally meet them. Not only that, you're ranked 6th in the top earners, right? Everyone in the top 10 earns like $100,000 a year. You must be loaded, sis.
You sound so excited about this. But what's your aim? I've cut ties with you, so I'm not going to meet your friends. Whether or not I earn $100,000 a year has nothing to do with you.
Huh? But I'm saying sorry about what happened in the past. Now that we know what kind of person you are, Mom and Dad and I would love to bring you back in the fold. You've earned our respect, so we'll take care of you. You can come home if you like.
Firstly, I don't want to come home. Secondly, I was serious when I said I wanted to cut ties. Leaving home was the best decision I ever made. I'm living in a high-rise condo now. Much more comfortable, and I don't have to listen to you guys.
Wait, we need you to come back though. This is urgent.
Huh? You need me there? Isn't it refreshing having me out of the house? You said you were disgusted to look at me.
Look, the family is... How should I say this?
You lot have gotten yourselves into a pickle. I knew this would happen.
Wait, do you know what is going on? Did Mom and Dad tell you?
Of course I know. Where to begin? Living expenses for a start. But that's small in comparison to what you really have to pay for. Next is the loan for the remodel last year. That's the big one. Then there's a loan for the new car 2 years ago. Last but not least is your college tuition. That's also another expensive one. Who is paying for all this? But yours truly. Your gaming, shut-in, good-for-nothing sister.
Oh my god! You didn't think that was worth mentioning when I chased you out of the house? Mom and Dad were thinking you would continue paying for those things.
Ha! As if. I'm not going to give money to people that kicked me out of my home. Dad had his pay cut. So all I did was support a little with the expenses. I don't even live there anymore. Paying for your expenses is not my responsibility. Come to think of it, it wasn't my responsibility in the first place.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. We really need your help, sis. We can't pay for our daily living expenses. We've fallen behind on the car payments. Actually, they've taken the car. Do you realize how bad that is? We needed to get that around.
Oh my, that can't be good. If you can't pay off the car, there's no way you can pay for the house. Your next move is to sell the house, I'm guessing. Then there's that last little issue concerning your tuition. Your precious dream of working in a big corporation is fading, little sis.
Treat this a bit more seriously. If we don't have a home, where are we supposed to live? After all this, we don't have any savings. Please, just pay enough so we don't have to sell the home. I know we were cruel in the past, but this is a dire situation.
Sorry, no can do. It's your house, so it's your problem. You should get by somehow with the amount Dad earns. Cut back on the things you don't need and you'll be fine.
His money is split between my tuition and our living expenses. Mom and I both started part-time jobs, but even so, we can't keep up with everything. At this rate, we'll definitely have to sell the house. Despite being close to graduating, I'll have to drop out. I'll work too hard for that to happen.
Oh dear. That's an unfortunate ending to your dreams. Just don't forget what you said about me. You'll never end up a failure like your big sis, right? You might want to take back that statement.
I said I'm sorry. Find it in your heart to forgive me. I shouldn't have to drop out just because of a lack of funds. Do you know how hard I've worked to get this far? I've even started job hunting. It's all I spend my time on.
That's true. You have worked hard up until now. I guess you'll just have to work harder with your part-time job and earn some more money. That or let go of that beautiful home and move into some cheap apartment. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just move out. You don't need that extravagant home to complete your studies.
No way, that would suck. Besides, we can't even make that much money off the house. We'll be in the red financially. I can't live a life paying off debt.
You reap what you sow. Good luck trying to make up for the amount of money you've lost. Just so you know, since you were asking how much I make, I probably make more per month than all of you combined can scrape together in a year. Think about that as you toil away every day.
You don't have to say that, big sis. Just this once, please help us. We'll work hard and pay you back, I promise. We're only asking this once.
Let me think about it. Nope.
Huh? Even after I've begged this much? Your family is suffering and you're going to sit by and watch? That's horrible.
Wait, let me think about it again. Nope. Let's say I give you the money. There's no guarantee you will pay me back. Knowing you, I'll bet you say you don't need to pay back considering how much I earn. I know what type of person you are too, sis. So my answer is no.
I can't believe you'd say that. We're family, aren't we? How could you think of us that way?
Hey, that sounds familiar. If I'm correct, I said something very similar to you guys when you were kicking me out. You didn't find it that convincing back then. I've got no reason to help any of you. Suffer by yourselves.
Oh, come on, I'm so sorry. We shouldn't have done that to you. Please, don't do this. I want to finish school. I don't want to end up a failure.
My family persisted in bombarding me with messages that alternated between seeking sympathy and venting their anger. However, I chose to ignore each and every one of them. In the end, they were unable to keep up with the mortgage payments and had to sell the house before the bank could seize it. From what I've gathered, they are now burdened with a significant amount of debt. As expected, my sister Caroline had no choice but to drop out of college during her final year. They now reside in a run-down apartment and work tirelessly every day without respite. I recently heard that Caroline made an ill-advised decision to attempt stealing a wallet from a coworker, and she was promptly caught. It's unfortunate to hear about her actions, but I suppose it's a lesson learned for her. It's ironic, considering how she accused me of being a thief and hurled hurtful words at me in the past. Now she's experiencing the consequences herself. On the other hand, my gaming stream continues to gain popularity, resulting in a steady increase in my earnings. Most importantly, I am able to live life on my own terms, and I couldn't ask for anything more.